Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I hope you will continue to pray for me. Right now, I got two big agendas. Aside from my day-to-day job here at the colleges, I have two big agendas on my mind in 2024. Number one, I finally got a backgammon tournament to take my AI seriously, and I might enter into some kind of exhibition over the next year. I hope to network with more people who are working on that and turn that game into some sort of either a commercial project of some sort or to network with the right people to develop other kinds of AI. And number two, my art projects. I recently started working with titanium and tantalum, and I hope to work with uranium at some point in my art projects, and see how that goes. I have some ideas on how to pour even bigger things, not out of uranium, obviously, but I was just reading about the Big Buddha in Thailand, and I'm looking to see where to get the molds to pour that. I might do one of those out of bismuth or some other metal. Although if it's that big, bismuth is very brittle, so if it's that big and there's a lot of pressure pushing on it, that might not go so well. So maybe either tin or lead, or some alloy of that, right? I think even bismuth, if you alloy it with tin, can hold up a whole lot better. We'll have to see about that. But I have a lot of experience with both bismuth and tin and alloys thereof, just not at that size, right? Tin's kind of expensive though, so we'll see. If it's that big, nobody's going to be touching it anyway, so we might as well do lead. I can get that for very cheap. So anyway, two big projects coming up, and the reason that I'm really trying to strike when the mantle is hot is I got a little bit of a wake-up call this past year. I've been having a lot of burnout situations. Just this past semester, I blew a mental fuse twice. I was out of it for a couple of days. Fortunately, I had a colleague who filled in for me, and then during the grading of the finals, I also had a serious meltdown. And I look around me, and both of these colleges that I'm teaching at are big, so I get to know a lot of colleagues. I got to know two other colleagues who are also similar in terms of how they hold their romances as I am, right? They're single for life, and they hold romances toward things other than other human beings, I want to say. Now, one of my colleagues, he's 65 years old or so, and I look at him and I'm thinking to myself, I hate to say where I know him from, because it's not a judgment on him, it's a judgment on how society treats him. He's driving a worse car than I am, and he's also living with roommates, and he's in a lot worse shape than I am, because you got to remember, he also doesn't have the good health as good a health as I do to go out there and do all these things, right? And so it gave me a warning sign of what can happen if I don't build something in the coming 30 or so years, right? And then because I don't know all that many solosexual people in my everyday circle. Those were the only two I knew, and they were big warning signs for me. Actually, and then I know another solosexual who was slightly younger than me, and you could just see that a lot of headwinds to push through. Now, the older solosexual guy that I knew, he and I had a little bit of a disagreement, because we have been talking about finances and investments. And yeah, I know, maybe I shouldn't talk about that at work. But he had described how he had nothing planned for long-term care, and how he's going to be grappling with that in the coming decade or so. And I explained to him what my plan for long-term care is, and you guys know, right? The 72-hour flight to heaven of dry fasting. And he got very upset that I would even mention that. He said that he hoped that I enjoy my hell after I do that. And yeah, maybe I should go enjoy my hell instead of making everybody else down here on Earth's life hell by suffering for the last however many years of my life, right? And so he and I got into this. So it just gave me a warning flag of what can happen if I want to stay solosexual and I don't build something within the next 20 or 30 years, right? And then I thought about other people that I knew who are famous and solosexual, like, for example, well, at the time, Taylor Swift hadn't met Travis Kelce yet, and I was convinced she was auto-romantic. She held romance toward herself. Because you remember, during that time, she was singing while it was pouring. She she caused an earthquake in Seattle, and I thought that was what her love life was all about. And then I also thought about Polish idol Evelina Falenta, and also Mary Curry. Right, today is actually the 125th anniversary of Mary Curry discovering radium, and I was thinking about how they handle life without a partner to take care of other stuff and to build stuff together. And then it dawned on me, all of these people have a lot of resources. Maybe not Mary Curry, but certainly Evelina Falenta, and definitely Taylor Swift, right? And so that's why I really want to make sure that my backgammon AI and my art project kind of take a life of its own, so that it could relieve some. Now, it's not like I want to quit my job here at the colleges. What I'll probably most likely do is continue to keep my job, but live a lot closer, and have a lot of other stuff taken care of. So, for example, I was living in a Airbnb. There were no laundry facilities, and here in Phoenix, what's really frustrating is all of the laundromats are like in the middle of nowhere. You go do your laundry, and there's nowhere there's not even a coffee shop nearby or some other place you could go to. It's really frustrating. I think it's a sign that people who are solosexual like myself and our living situation has been completely cast out of society, right? So that's why if my art projects were bringing in like 6-7 figures, I'd probably find another solution to my laundry woes, right? And so I could focus on teaching here at Phoenix College, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.